Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages for June 2020. We're going to pull the two strongest energies that are guiding you in the month of June. This is not your only spirit guides, but the two that are the strongest. So let's see who they are and what they're helping you with. Okay, you've got the Spirit of Wisdom coming out. Scorpio also received this card, and I had to restart this video because I was like, okay, let's do Sagittarius, and my opener was like, hello Scorpio, and I'm like, why did I say that? So there's definitely some Scorpio influence going on for Sagittarius. If you are a Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, or you have heavy Scorpio placement in your chart, you definitely want to check out Scorpio's reading as well. Okay, but with the Spirit of Wisdom, this is a spirit guide that is not of the earth plane. The spirit guide comes from a different dimension, a different realm. And in the month of June, Sagittarius, you are going to have a lot of awakening happening. There's a lot going on in the soul space for you. So this goes a bit deeper. It runs deeper for you than the average person, okay? And now we have a dancer of friendship. So this spirit guide is a guide who is trying to help you heal. And it could be healing with a friend, it could be healing with a romantic partner, with a family member, healing that you just need to do in general. So you have something going on in the soul, perhaps an awakening, and then you also have some healing going on in June. So let's pull some more cards and dig a bit deeper. All right, we've got Venus loves a touch, and this is what's coming in with this guide, this really powerful one from another realm. This here is an earth spirit. So this is definitely the heavyweight, and with Venus showing up next to this guide, loves touch, this is about your emotions. This is definitely about your connections to other people, and it goes beyond just healing with somebody. There's a lot of illumination taking place inside of you, Sagittarius, about connections of present, connections of past. All right, and there's deep healing coming in over your emotional body. Venus is currently retrograding through Gemini in the month of June, and then Mercury is also going to go retrograde. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, so that's air energy, and that is about understanding and learning and enlightenment. And you know, Venus being attached to second house or seventh house, money, assets, finances, or relationships. That's where this is playing out for you, this deep understanding, this deep healing for Sagittarius. It's second house or seventh house, which is, again, money, assets, resources, or relationships. And I feel this is probably 80% of you. It's about a relationship or multiple relationships in your life. All right, look at this. Saturn return, deep regret. So, Sagittarius, you are probably going to have some connections of past return to you in the month of June. And this could be friends, family, romance, you know, because seventh house is all relationships. There's definitely some return, and with Saturn return coming out, Saturn is also retrograde at this time and will be until about the end of September. So Venus retrograde and Saturn retrograde, very strong for all the Sagittarius. And Venus is about, you know, the love, the relationships, the connections, and Saturn is the karmic balance taking place. And you know, this is energies returning to you of past efforts that you put into things, finally, you know, now starting to manifest, to be rewarded. Things that were denied you, taken from you, injustices, that energy now returns to you in a new form. But also with the Sagittarius, I do feel this return goes both ways between you and others. there is a lot of enlightenment happening for you about different things, different connections, fights, arguments, falling outs, disagreements, all of that. And, you know, you are taking accountability for yourself and your actions in a new way, but you're also now holding others accountable to their actions. So there's a evolution spiritually taking place, which allows a big surge of emotional maturity to happen in the month of June. And so anybody that's returning to you, that wants to mend with you, wants to work things out with you, you are all about that. But they have to be accountable for what's happened in the past, and you have to see that there's actual change within them now, all right? And you're more than happy to say, yeah, I did this wrong, or I wish I wouldn't have said that. Like, you're owning yourself, and so you expect that in return. So anybody that's trying to come into your world, return back into your life, if they're not on that same wavelength, you're not going to be interested anymore, okay? And aside from people returning, again, there's this illumination where things are finally making sense for you. There's information, there's insight coming to you, and it's so freeing, it's liberating, it's healing for Sagittarius. So let's pull some tarot and start with Love's Touch and dig a bit deeper. And also with this, you know, this could really be a big focus on soulmate connections as well. Yes, Page of Pentacles. So, apology, truce, somebody giving a love offer, you know, here's a gift, please forgive me type of energy. And this is general, so this could go both ways. This could be, you know, somebody trying to apologize and own themselves and work it out with you, and then you reciprocating that, okay? And, you know, saying, that's all right, you know, I wish I would have done this differently, or I wish I would have said this instead. And so there is a beautiful healing between you and another person taking place in the month of June, okay? But also, as a Page of Pentacles, Venus ruling the second house of Taurus, which is finances, assets, resources, all of that. There could be an increase for you financially, extra unexpected money coming your way. And this could be a new job or a return to your job, just depending on where you live. You know, there's different parts of the country that are starting to open up, and I know there's still people on lockdown, so that's probably why it feels more relationship, and then a smaller handful of you that's talking about like money, resources, finances. But there it is. And look at here, we have the moon coming through. And we do have 2 eclipses taking place in the month of June. And Sagittarius, oh, I cannot believe I did not even think of this as I started the reading. We are about to have the full moon in Sagittarius lunar eclipse on June 5th. And this is part of the making up with somebody. This is like the, you know, unexpected money, abundance coming your way, something being offered to you. So that Sagittarius full moon eclipse attaches something for you. There is something manifesting coming into your world with that eclipse, okay? And that's on the 5th of June, and the second one is on June 21st, and it's a new moon that's on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, and it's a solar annular eclipse, all right? So in regards to love or money, there is a major breakthrough. There's something happening here, and it's attached to the eclipse. And look at that. You've got justice coming out on top of that. Huge karmic balance for Sagittarius. Things going in your favor. What has been taken from you returns to you in a new form. Past energies and efforts finally paying off. Where things were a mystery, where there was a lot of sadness, healing, illumination coming in, as well as mending and making a truce with somebody. So this Venus energy is powerful in all good ways for Sagittarius. And month of June because we do have justice showing up, there is a big karmic balance taking place in some area of your life. So know that. And when that happens, feel good and know that you deserve every bit of it, okay? So let's pull that Saturn return and that deep regret. I love this already. Okay, look at where we have experienced selfishness, egotism, somebody just being really mean and unfair, closed off, mysterious, distance, disconnection, non-communication. Guess what? That's all changing. And I'm just going to flip that around so that you can see that this energy is moving into the past. And this is like somebody, again, offering you an apology, taking accountability and ownership, offering you a commitment, giving you a gift, offering you a job, unexpected money coming your way. And I just want you to see this, Sagittarius. Do you see how it's like a mutual thing where you and another person are making up? And this could be very strongly an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, a Cancer or Pisces, or a potential Libra here. Okay, so here is you and another person having a truce, having a conversation where they've been quite selfish in the past, which has left you in a place of uncertainty, in the darkness, a lot of emotions, you know, feeling down, feeling low. And they come in, hey, Sagittarius, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. How can I make it up to you? And then you, Sagittarius, saying, I accept your apology. You know, if anything, I do feel some of you, there is an ownership on your behalf as well. But it's almost like, you know, here is this being offered to you and then it's slipping into your hand right there. All right. So where there was selfishness, somebody being mean, somebody not being fair, you're getting your justice in the month of June. They're owning it. They're apologizing. It could be a couple of people coming back in your world where you feel like you have been wrong and you want to make it right. You're stepping up to the plate. You're doing that as well. Okay, so this is a beautiful mending of energies, and it's honest, and it's been kind of slow moving, slow coming, but it's legitimate, it's authentic, and it feels good. I like it. All right, so we'll put that back down there. And then look at what we have here. King of Cups, deep emotional healing, soul activation, expanding and evolving into wisdom, okay? And then strong water energy. So you've got strong water and earth energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So these are, you know, the energies coming through, but with water and earth, this is where there's a deep emotional healing between you and another. And it being earth, it's solid. You can count on it. It's stable. It's real. It's authentic. And through the process, this journey, whatever it means for you, this is part of your awakening where you're expanding into a bigger version of yourself. There's a lot of emotional maturity taking place within Sagittarius, as well as the scales of karma being balanced for you in a very good, positive way. Coming out of darkness, coming out of mystery, of confusion, uncertainty. Okay? So let's pull some energy for in between. And look at, I just was going to pull what the third card is, and we've got Saturn as the third card. So we will keep that out because we've already picked up on this Saturn retrograde energy for Sagittarius, and now these eclipses. So June is going to be a wild ride for you, but it's a good ride, Sagittarius. You're making up with somebody, you're healing, you're coming into understanding, and there's a lot of positive little blessings coming your way, which is that Saturn retrograde energy. This is owed to you, and past efforts where you didn't feel like you could win for trying, finally something manifested. Six of Cups, yeah. Things of the past returning to Sagittarius in the month of June. Really strong around people. But again, this could be manifestations of past dreams, goals, something you've been working towards, and now in the month of June, you have this beautiful manifestation and payoff for it, okay? But definitely energies of the past. It's attached to Saturn. You've been going through a lot of life lessons, and you're about to expand, have some major evolution and a big expansion in the emotional body as well. And look at this. Four of Swords. So where there was a period of stillness, that energy is now shifting. But also, Sagittarius, through the month of June, you're kind of reevaluating everything, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing yourself in a different light, seeing people in a different light. You are really changing, and it comes from this awakening and activation at the soul, where all your experience now transforms into wisdom, and Saturn coming in strong to balance your karma. And lastly, look at this. Now we have the Knight of Wands, and that's you. That's fire energy, so that represents you. And this is, you know, speaking to where you're in this position originally. Now you are grown, you are expanded. Do you see that? Like the difference in size, and also like the definition. You know, here there's no definition, and here you see like the eyes, the hair, there's a lot of definition. So here you were coming into the month of June, okay, dealing with a lot of things, feeling like you had to protect yourself, not understanding, feeling in the dark, maybe not feeling like you have enough, okay? And the way that things are happening, the way Saturn return, your Saturn retrograde energy is working with you, because you got Saturn return and Saturn retrograde. The way that energy is working with you is very activating, and there's a lot of blessings which reignite the fire within, and you're ready to fight another day. And look at you, go from that and you evolve and expand into this. So it's a very positive time. A lot is shifting and changing for Sagittarius. You're coming out of a period of stillness, of winter, of uncertainty, mystery, all of that, and energies of the past returning into the now, especially relationships and people. All right, let's pull some oracle. And I'll tell you what, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and now you guys, Sagittarius, all highly spiritual readings. So if you are a rising or a moon Leo, Virgo, Libra, or Scorpio, I recommend watching those videos as well, because you guys, whoo, it's just been like this streak of this highly spiritual energy, a lot of evolution taking place at this time because of the Saturn retrograde, and then the eclipses also being quite powerful for Sag. And I'm going to say your Sagittarius full moon lunar eclipse on the 5th of June is probably the most significant here, okay? And you guys have been experiencing those eclipses, so you have been on a rocky ride filled with many highs and many lows, and now you are coming into that place well, you have been coming into that place of stillness, and things really slowed down, and where we were confused, where there was nothing but mystery, you're coming out of that. And where you need healing, that's happening. Like, it's just a really good time, the month of June for Sag. All right, yeah, look at this. You've got the bee. You've been doing a lot of work, a lot of like life lessons, and that's why this soul expansion, awakening, evolution is taking place. You've completed some contracts. You've completed a cycle. Yeah, because look at what we have here. This is the setting sun. Okay, there's several suns in this oracle deck, but this one, number 24, is the setting sun. There is a conclusion drawing. There is a cycle closing, and that's why this looks so powerful for you guys. And I see this big expansion of the soul as well as the emotional body, because you are coming to the end of a cycle, and several of your soul contracts have come into completion. And you're rising, you're elevating, you're moving into new energy, a new self, a new version. And because the sun is setting, this also is talking about the sun setting on old beef, on old fights, on disagreements, because I do see a lot of relationships returning back into Sagittarius's life in the month of June. So the sun is setting on old issues, old fights, because you and whoever is returning back into your life, or whoever you're working things out with, you both are having this spiritual expansion, activation. Okay, so if you're dealing with a Leo, Virgo, Libra, or Scorpio, very, very intense reading for you coming through. All right, we do have the earth energy and water energy specifically, but just based on the readings I've seen and the evolution taking place, and I see the sun setting on old energies, old versions, and I see all these people returning, I know that they too are evolving and have evolved, and what used to be is no longer. You guys have a new dawn, a new day coming for this relationship, whether it's friend, family, or romance. And now we have the elementals, the mermaids showing up here. So Sagittarius, for some of you, this is romantic. And you know, there could be an old romance from the past that's going to show up in June, but this could also oh, I didn't realize I messed the sun up. This could also talk about how the sun is setting on your past, which allows you to open up to a new connection now, a new romantic connection as of right now, because that's what this is about, okay? Is love, romance, attraction, seduction, okay? And we do see that you have done a lot of work, you've evolved, and you've completed some soul contracts, and the sun is setting. A new day is dawning on an old relationship or a brand new connection coming in. Woo, it's Sagittarius. June is good. You are blessed. You know, Saturn moving through Capricorn may have been a very intense, challenging time for you. That may have been a Saturn return for some of you. Look at your personal chart and see where Saturn occupies. If Saturn occupies Capricorn, well, there you go. You have been in your Saturn return period, which can be a very intense time. All right. But ultimately, Sagittarius, you are coming out of darker energies, out of working with heavy energies that involve a lot of life lessons. And June is the month of spiritual evolution, expansion, growth, as well as a lot of emotional maturity and energies of the past returning, a lot of healing, because this is about healing. And then you've got the Six of Cups coming in. Okay, you've got Four of Swords, which is also about healing. And I mean, goodness, you have these two on their knees offering something. You have this one running in offering something, and then you have this big evolved soul also offering you something. 4 different energies with something in their hand for Sagittarius, okay? So things are getting good for you. There's a lot coming in. There's something being offered emotionally. And here, as the wands, you know, this is that spiritual awakening and expansion, and then something being offered in the material. So there is a lot going on. And don't forget, beautiful karmic balance as well, and coming out of the darkness, coming out of the mystery of things. So let's pull a few more fortunes here. Tough and trying times, tough times. Tough times. Think long term and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all costs. So, Sag, you've been going through that, okay? And part of the sunset is the sun setting on those negative energies, completing those contracts, those soul contracts. Difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos, as unforeseen perils or emotional upheavals are foretold. Again, this is what you've been going through, and you're coming out of that. Next is change. A change of residence, partner, career, or job is on the cards. You're restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. Nice. Again, positive change. And we have sexuality. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child will also bring great joy. And lastly, achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. But everything is going to be okay if that is the case. Just know that all is well. Things are coming into a very positive cycle for Sagittarius, and you are coming into major achievement at the soul. And holy man, Sagittarius, return of the past, relationships, unfinished energies, things finally manifesting now where you've been blocked, past efforts manifesting now, things you've lost, things that were denied you, returning to you in a new form. So it is definitely the return of the past, but in a very positive way. Venus and Saturn retrograde being very intense and transformational. Highly recommend you dig deeper about those 2 retrogrades that are taking place at this time. And then also your Sagittarius full moon lunar eclipse is the completion of a major cycle you've been working on, and energies balance, and you are on a new path going forward. So those are your messages, Sagittarius. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.